Welcome to the final session of the Stations of the Cross online art experience. Wow, we've made it all the way through all 14 stations, and we're about to celebrate Easter. I know that the subject matter that we've been covering has been dark, and we've talked a lot about death and accusation and pain. And in my heart, my hope is that this foundation will allow us to go to Easter and go to the resurrection celebration with a great thankfulness for what Christ has done for us, and a great admiration and awe for how he was able to overcome death on the cross and through his resurrection. So these 14 sessions end with Christ's burial, and that's where we're left. But we know that there is one more week after that where we can celebrate the resurrection of Christ. So I hope that as we end with this sort of feeling of finality, that you don't feel discouraged, but that you know in your heart and with anticipation that it doesn't end here, that in all of our meditating on the death of Christ, there is the life of Christ, up and coming and forever. So I just wanted to remind you of that, and I hope that this has been not a depressing experience, but rather a sobering experience, and that you've been able to connect with Jesus in a new kind of way. One final thought before we move on to our session is I wanted to leave you with an idea of just encouragement, that I'm happy that you pursued your art through this art experience, and I think that I just want to say that I think that that's very good that you did that. I include a quote from, or like an excerpt from, a book called Addicted to Mediocrity by Frankie Schaefer, about Christians making art. It's a bit long for me to try to quote on the video, but I encourage you to read it. And he just tries to bring across that you as a Christian are a free person. Like, it's for freedom that Christ has set you free, and that applies to things like your art and the way that you talk to people and the things that you spend your time doing, and that God, as creator, just loves it when his kids create things. So I hope that encourages you, and that you're left after doing this whole experience with a general sense of accomplishment and intimacy with Christ, and excitement to share your art or share your thoughts with your friends and family. So with all that being said, I hope that you read that quote by Frankie, and I hope that for this last session that it really blesses you. I have some sort of final instructions included at the end of this session too, so be sure to read those before leaving the art experience. One thing I want to especially highlight is that there's a feedback form that I would really appreciate it if you filled out, so that for next year I can make this an even better experience for the participants. So God bless you. Let's move on to session 7.